Okay. It's going to make an acrobatics check. Okay. And what is your athletics check?
That's going to be a total of 10.
Okay. Well, the drow rolled a total of 16, so as you jump up onto the table and you run across and you kind of like jump down and try and swing your shield at it, like Breath of the Wild Link shield parry style. It kind of, she like tips backwards in her chair and the shield just goes right over her nose, and then she just kind of sits like the all 4 feet slam back down onto the ground, and you're now next to her on the floor. You're still standing. I mean, I'll give you that, but she did not get knocked down.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to?
I'm gonna. Nope, that's it.
Okay. The wolf, who just got a dagger thrown into its neck, like the side of its neck, is going to jump up, and it's going to go for the person who is attacking its master. So, Torin does... it gets advantage because pack tactics.
Tactics.
13 or... Does a 13 beat your armor class?
Almost. No, not even.
Okay. That is all that it gets. Brave, you're up. You are still just outside of the...
Just outside?
Yeah.
How far away from me is the wolf?
The wolf would be about 15 feet away from you.
Cool.
It's on Torin's left-hand side now.
Alright, I will go attack the wolf with my longsword.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Can I cast Hunter's Mark on it beforehand?
Yes.
Do that
Cool.
first. Always do that first.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Hunter's Mark is cast. Shoot, let me go into the main chat.
Not bad.
So it's proficiency plus strength, so that's 17.
That will hit.
Sweet. Okay. So short sword, 1d6 plus 4. Oh, plus another 1 for the Hunter's Mark. And then plus 4, so that's 9 damage in total.
Pretty good.
Oh, wait, Colossus Slayer too, because it's been our...
Okay.
Shoot. Let me double check.
What is your bonus on that?
Once per turn, 1d8. Another 3, so 12 damage total.
Okay. You run up. The wolf jumped up and like bit at Torin's shoulder, and it didn't successfully pierce his fancy new armor. And then you come in and you slam the longsword all the way down to its hilt, like where its shoulder meets with its neck, and it goes square through its chest cavity, out the other side, and it is dead as you rip the sword back out. So it is now the Drow's turn, who just got swung at by a shield.
Just looks completely shocked this entire time.
Okay.
Because I was not expecting this.
So the Drow will stand up and like brush off her gown, her fancy black gown, and she will make 2 like wide-armed swinging attacks at that Kyle. That's his name. Does an 8 beat armor class?
No.
How about a 9?
No.
How about a 10?
Okay. Nope, that is it. And now it is King Groll's turn, who just witnessed his wolf be stabbed to death, and looking at his face, he kind of has this, his eyes go glazed over, and he's just very, very furious. And he's going to try and bear hug Torin, and I need you to make a contested, you can use either athletics or acrobatics against the king's athletics check.
Okay. That is a 21. I rolled a 15.
Damn.
Yeah.
The King Groll rolled a 10. Total of 10.
Nice.
So his arms come in, and you're able to just like, with one hand on the Torchstone Mall and the other hand free, you just kind of swing out and pop his grip open. Now he's like wide open. And it is now that thing's turn. And it's going to run up. Let's see here. What is the distance in the castle? It would be about there. So that's 5, 10, 15, 25, 30 feet. Okay, it doesn't quite make it. Neither does the next thing. Aislinn, it is your turn. Or neither would the next thing.
I'm going to start backing away with my hands up in a very like passive, like I don't know what's happening, please nobody hurt me. And how am I gonna phrase this here? Okay.
Sorry. You're backing away with your hands up in a very passive.
Please don't hurt me sort of thing. Looking back and forth
Okay.
between everybody, like I have no idea who these people are, why this is happening.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at Torin, who has just laid into this bugbear, right? And go, okay, please, you don't know what you're doing. You could end up hurting someone really badly, and be careful. And I'm kind of trying to give him an underhanded bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
Like inspiring him while pretending that
I will allow it.
yeah.
I roll a 16 for it.
I'm so afraid, which
So I will allow
tends to
it.
buff up those kind of egos.
I'm buffed.
Yep. I will allow it. You have been given a bardic inspiration.
That's one extra D8.
That is a d6 that you can add to either any d20 roll, or you can add it to your damage roll.
My damage roll.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
if someone tries to hit you, you could roll it and add it to your AC.
Nice. So I can just roll it whenever.
Yeah, you only get
Pretty
to use
much.
it once, but you can use it for a bunch of things.
Sweet. 1d6, huh?
Okay.
I'm going to put that right there. Sorry.
All right.
And then I'm
Um,
going to hold I'm going to drop my hand to my longsword and hold an attack action in case anything comes within 5 feet of me to try to attack me.
Okay. Sounds good. So you were backing up. How far up? How far back did you want to back up?
I'm trying to not back up toward anyone at this point.
So are you heading backwards towards the door?
Toward the door, but angling for the corner
Okay.
near the door, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that I kind of have something watching my back.
Yeah. I gotcha. Let me send you guys an updated picture of where you guys are at. So this will include the all right, let me send it now. It is. Oh. 1 moment. I am receiving a phone call.
Okay. I mean, it's happened to me before, too.
I've never gotten a phone call before.
I have.
It's weird.
Gosh, that sucks.
It's a weird thing for people to do. I don't get it.
I'm actually up in the air about this.
Well, is it a mole?
A maul is actually an axe. I thought it was a hammer.
Oh, really? Interesting.
So there's evidence to
I
support
guess I
both.
confuse it with a mace.
A maul is technically a axe with a hammer on the back of it as well.
Right. I thought it was a
Best
full
of both
sledge.
worlds.
Like, have you guys seen those splitting mauls? Chopping?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it
Yeah.
shows up if you look
It's like
for
an
it.
epic version of that. Which, honestly, I sent just another picture just now, and I think I'm going to go with that one because,
I would. The first one just looks like a great hammer.
Yeah.
Well, it looks
I
like the
go with the-
keychain version of a great hammer.
Just
that straight up looks like a keychain to me.
So,
So,
Torn's a half elf or half dwarf.
I'm a half dwarf.
Explains
That-
his weak constitution when it comes to alcohol.
and
That
his
does.
absurd height.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
5'5".
Indeed.
That. So when you
sitting
first
there going like, oh wait, she doesn't know this yet. Never mind. Go ahead.
when we had first joked about the possibility of Torn being half dwarf, that was the moment that I was like, "Oh my goodness! Oh, I know exactly what I want to do."
Oh, you're the worst.
He's been holding this. He's been holding on to this for so long.
Yeah.
Because that's
Okay.
from a published episode.
Ooh. I was like, when you were describing that, I was in it.
He shooketh.
That's good. Okay.
Good job. I like that a lot. I appreciate it.
Meanwhile,
So yes, you're backing up towards the corner. I understand where you're going. That makes sense.
were you going to
Which
send us
then-
a picture of the room right before you got the phone call?
Yes, I was. Okay, so this is again sideways. Sorry, and it's
just
taking
open
a
the window.
while to send, even though it's 4.3 meg.
Because conference
Yay,
center.
conference center internet.
Yeah.
Okay, so 11 is where Brave, Torn, and Airy came in. 12 is where the hobgoblin
that to
guards
me.
were, the two of them.
That's just me.
Oh, is that just you? Dang,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That one.
Here.
Which means it gets to try again.
I already got it.
Well, fine.
I
I will
see.
cancel mine then. So 11 is where Kyle or where Torin and Brave and Ari came in. 12 is where the Hobgoblin guards are. 13 is where Drake and Ari presently are. So 14 is where you guys are. I picture Kyle and the Drow at the bottom right of the room, and then Torin is pretty much right on top of the 14, with the king in between him and the brazier, which then makes Brave like at the top of the room by the window slit, and I had pictured Aislinn as the square above the table.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So hopefully that brings everybody up to speed on where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
So backing up down and around the table, Aislinn?
Yeah.
Cool.
In fact, if I can actually get up into that corner, which, given how small this room is, I think I could. Yeah,
Yep,
that way no
that's
one
fine.
can start flanking me.
It's fine with me. So you will actually be on the opposite side of Kyle.
Perfect.
And then that makes it Craig's turn, who is going to be... He's just going to shriek... Not shriek, but he's going to be like, I don't know exactly what's going on. And he's going to try and grab at his short bow, and he is going to try and shoot point blank at Torin, which gives him disadvantage.
Got effect.
Good thing it has disadvantage, because the first roll was a natural 9.
Hey.
The second roll, however, comes out to a total of 9. So that's not going to hit. He's like fumbling with it, and he just drops the arrow straight down onto the floor. And that then makes it somebody else's turn. There it is. Okay, that's that thing's turn. It also doesn't quite make it into the room. Torin, it is your turn.
Sweet. With my Torchstone
to answer the question that you DM'd me, I am rolling it as a great axe. It's got one head that is like an axe, and the other head is more like a hammer, like a splitting maul, kind of.
So you can choose whether to deal bludgeoning or slashing damage, depending on...
Yes, and I will give both of them the 1d12 of the great axe.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm just gonna roll it as great axe then, for now, and talk to you later about it. I want to hit this dude again, repeatedly,
Okay.
in the face, preferably.
You may roll for attack.
14.
Total of 14.
Total of 14.
That actually hits.
That hits.
Because he was holding a great axe, he could not have been equipped with a shield, so that makes his armor class 14 instead of 16. So he actually gets hit. So roll for damage.
Sweet. Oops. 16 damage. I want to add my D6.
Damn, son.
19 damage.
Whew. That is pretty good.
Ah, you're
And-
using inspiration. Okay,
Yeah, I wanted to use it.
good.
Okay.
That's what it's there for.
Grabbed it, spun around, and bashed him in the side of the skull.
I'm gonna say that it was more of cause you had your hand right up next to the head of it, and that's when you broke his attempt at a grapple, and so then you just come in because his arms are up and wide, and you just come in right into his side with a nice swing, hand slides down to the bottom of it, so you get that full swinging power straight into his rib cage. You definitely hear a sickening crack.
Nice.
And it is now Kyle's turn.
I would like to attack the drow with my short sword.
Okay, go for it.
That's going to be 15, 16, I think.
That will hit.
And short sword is going to be. Where are you sitting? Total of 7.
Okay.
I would like to attempt again to knock her prone with a shield.
Okay.
So it's going to be a skill contest.
Yes.
And then my athletics. So that's going to be an 18.
Well, you doubled her acrobatics check. So this time you come in with a nice slash right across her chest, and it catches her off guard, and then you follow in with kind of like almost like a haymaker, using the edge of your shield and just clubbing her. She drops to the ground.
Okay. I would like to move next to her and just pose a very threatening stay down kind of stance.
Okay.
That's a lot of feedback. Who is that? Okay, it stopped.
It is Ken.
Oops.
That's right.
Okay.
Just the and
Just
just
all you're
looking
doing
at the
with your
sword towards her.
Okay. All right, Brave. It is your turn.
Okay. I will move Hunter's Mark to the I can't think of her name.
The Dark Elf.
Actually, no, I'll move it to Craig
Okay.
because yeah. Alrighty, I will attempt to attack Craig with
Okay.
sword. So that's
Go for
17.
it. That is going to hit.
Sweet. Okay. Let's see. That is 8 damage in total.
Okay. Let's see here.
Because I do not believe he's been attacked, right?
No, he is not.
Yeah.
So you spin around, magically focus in on him, and you go right into his chest, straight through his heart, pull back out, and Craig is dead.
Oh. Well, fuck that guy in particular.
He only had 4 hit points.
Oh!
All right. Is
He's
that
a
all for your
goblin.
turn? Brave, is that all for your turn?
Yeah, that's all. Holy crap.
Okay. So the Dark Elf is going to stand up and make 2 slamming attacks against Kyle. Does a 24 hit your armor class?
It does. What kind of attack was it?
Slam.
Slamming attack.
Oh,
Since when do drow have slamming attacks? I have concerns.
okay.
How about a modified 20?
A modified 20 barely beats me.
Okay. So 2d6 plus 8 total.
Whew.
So 7, 15 points of damage total.
Jeez. okay.
And then looking at you, the drow smiles. This is looking at you, Kyle. Drow smiles and goes, "Oh, you're good friends with Yarno, aren't you?
You
You
bitch.
call him Yeldar."
Oh,
And that is all. Okay, it is the king's turn, and he is going to make an unarmed attack at Torin,
Do it.
which he nat ones and throws out his back for. I'm gonna roll this for that. He throws out his back for 4 damage.
Can I kick him a little bit too? Like no damage, just like kick him.
Sure.
I kick
Little,
him.
little kick to the shin. That's what throws. From the door behind you, storms in a hobgoblin. It steps in. It looks around. It sees the dwarf in front of his king, his leader, and he goes, "This is a good opportunity." He's going to come up and he's going to attack King Groll.
What?
and he gets advantage on that, right? Because all of the reasons. Like, if he's coming up behind, he's probably flanking.
He's coming up to the side.
Okay.
I wouldn't call you an ally, so he doesn't get martial advantage, but he is going to hit with his long sword.
I mean, this would be a surprise, right? I'm not trying to just weasel in. It's just how I'm picturing things.
No, I get it, but he wouldn't get martial advantage, which is the hobgoblin's ability. Where if the creature it's attacking is within 5 feet of an ally of the hobgoblin, but I wouldn't say that Torin is an ally of the hobgoblin.
Yeah.
I mean, enemy of mine.
Enemy,
so-
enemy.
Right, but that doesn't necessarily work. The hobgoblin is looking for a way to assert his own leadership and dominance over the goblins.
Torin's okay with this. I mean, if he kills him, Torin's going to kill the hobgoblin, but we'll see how it goes.
So King Groll is going to take 3 points of slashing damage from the hobgoblin, and he's going to look over at the hobgoblin. He is furious because at the sudden but inevitable betrayal. Aislinn, it is your turn.
Okay. So. Which one did I choose? Okay. So. I'm going to point almost at Torin, but miss, and instead direct this joke at King Groll.
Okay.
What hangs at a man's thigh and wants to poke the hole that it's often poked before? A key. And he needs to make a saving throw.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
A wisdom saving throw.
No, the joke.
A key.
Oh.
Does a 4 beat your spell save DC?
I mean, if we took my spell save DC and subtracted 11. So no. He's going to collapse to the floor in hideous laughter.
Innuendos.
And then I'm going to look disappointed.
As she tends to.
I mean,
the
that is a very practiced face.
the king's face is this contorted mixture of like horror in that he suddenly feels like he has no control over his body, but he's also laughing just uncontrollably. So like the top part of his face, his eyes and like his cheeks are like, what is going on? But his mouth is just his mouth and entire body are just on the floor, rolling back and forth. But
And that ticks Torin off, by the way.
Why are you laughing, you asshole?
and that makes it the second hobgoblin's turn. Who's going to walk in? He's going to see King Grawl bleeding on the floor.
And
he's
laughing
going
like a
to-
madman.
And then he's gonna walk over next to his other hobgoblin buddy, and his sword is still sheathed at his side, and he's gonna go, "Is it finally that time?"
They've been planning this? Oh, crap.
You don't understand
And then-
how their sort of chain of command and promotions works, do you?
No.
Torin, it's your turn. You presently have a King Grawl rolling on the floor laughing in front of you.
Would you say he's
He's very
helpless
prone.
right now?
He is
He's
incapacitated. He's
Oh,
prone
he's
and
incapacitated.
he's incapacitated and unable to stand up for next minute.
Doesn't incapacitated mean that it's an automatic
Advantage.
crit?
Yes, it does.
I believe so. If I think it's advantage, and then if you
I know
hit, then
it's
an auto.
advantage because he's prone, and then I think incapacitated is automatic crit.
If
I think
it
that's
hits.
if it's a
Let me
melee
see if-
attack, specifically.
Yeah, right,
yeah,
right.
for melee specifically.
Ranged attacks are made at disadvantage against prone enemies.
Right.
Let me see if I can find the table of contents status effects here.
Does an
Okay,
18
conditions
hit him?
290. It does indeed.
Okay. And if it's auto crit, how does 24, 25, 26, 27?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Incapacitated is creature can't take actions or reactions.
Okay.
Paralyzed is critical hit.
Yeah,
So,
paralyzed and
incapacitated is
unconscious are the two that do. That's
yes. Okay. So you have advantage. That is it. But how much damage do you do?
Max 15.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Is this it? I
He because he's the big bad. That's why I'm asking you. Everybody else, I will describe the deaths of.
yes.
want to take a look at my gorgeous new mall, and you said it had an X side on it.
Yes.
I want to spin it to that side and bring it up over my head, come down on his neck with everything I've got in me.
Decapitation.
Aim for the head next time.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna take his head off.
Okay. I'm
The
going
mouse needed
to
lumber.
roll a d20, and if I roll above an 11, then you decapitate him completely, like
Okay.
clean straight decapitation. That is a 13.
Yes, the dice have spoken.
So, boom! And as you swing down, the force of your swing, you see flames spark along the sides of your maul as you swing down into his neck. And when the maul cleaves through his neck, there is an instant smell of seared flesh, and it just permeates the room almost instantaneously.
Nice.
As you cleanly decapitate him, and looking at the wound, It has been cauterized on both ends.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
That is super nice.
That's fucking awesome.
Torn picks up the head and he kicks the body towards the hobgoblins and he says, I'm keeping the head, but enjoy your throne, your majesties.
Co-king.
And the hobgoblins will look at each other, and they high five.
Viva la resistance!
And
then,
Anarchy.
yeah, so that doesn't
Ah.
take us out of initiative quite yet. There
I wanna
is
use
still the matter of the drow to take care of.
yeah,
So that makes it.
I want to use the rest
Uh,
of my movement real quick to just head back to my father.
Okay, so you're able to make it. Let me flip over to my castle page here. You would make it 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. You're pretty close to halfway back to the tower at the end of your 6 seconds.
Okay, cool.
And that makes it Kyle's turn.
So, given that he's leaving the room, it occurred to me, I pretty much pounced at her and then she reactively attacked me. Is she still, like, extremely combative right now, or...
Does she seem more defensive, aggressive?
That would be the proper phrasing,
Well-
yes, thank you.
Certainly at first, she did not seem like she was intending on joining the fight. However, you would have to wait until her turn to see whether or not she continues to be aggressive.
Is she standing back up
And
already?
she has already stood up, yes.
Okay.
However, it will part of her action will depend on how you act this turn.
How far am I from her? Is she standing directly next to me still, or...
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm not going to back up. I'm going to hold my weapons at the ready, but taken aback, I'm not going to attack immediately. I'm going to ask her, what do you know of him?
Okay. So you're still holding your weapon.
Right.
That's fine.
I'm going to save my
Okay.
action.
Right. So are you holding your attack?
Yes.
Okay. What is your trigger for your attack?
If she engages me.
Okay.
Suddenly, you're engaged.
Harry,
He gets on one knee and asks,
do you have ceremony prepared? Well, you can do it as a ritual. It'll be fine.
Brave. It is your turn.
I'm just gonna wait and see what happens.
Okay. So it is then the Drow's turn. She will take her sleeve, wipe at the corner of her mouth, and go, "Oh, I know plenty of Yeldar. His thoughts were an open book to me. I see your past with him,
Oh my.
and I think I could point you in the right direction for a cost."
I look her dead in the eyes, and you could just see the blood boiling in my veins. And I just stare her down, and very sternly, I ask her, "Where's Francis?"
Goddamn.
Damn it! I forgot the part where I tightened my red outerwear. Hold on. I straighten my maroon outerwear and threateningly ask the drow, "Where's Francis?"
Let's talk. And then that will pass the rest of her turn. It is now Hobgoblin 1's turn, who is he looks at his compatriot and he goes, "You know, usually there's only one leader in this kind of thing.
Oh no.
What do you think we should do about that?"
Oh no.
Have you ever
Aislinn,
thought about democratically
your turn.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot going on. Part of me wants to try to help the two hobgoblins settle their differences diplomatically. But honestly, whether they decide to work this out as friends or they decide to fight each other, I don't think it's going to affect us that much. So instead, I'm going to let's see. To double check the map. Brave's pretty close to me, right?
At this point, no. Brave is basically on the other side of the door from you. Like, in the room, but on the opposite side of the door.
Is he the closest between Brave, Kyle, and Torin? Well, Torin booked it back toward where his dad is.
Correct.
And Kyle's currently engaged with the Drow. So Brave's close enough to me, and he's the only one not occupied. So I'm going to go over to Brave. I'm going to very non-threateningly pull my sword out, keeping the blade pointed downward, and then turn and offer it with just a little bit of a tremble and just, I surrender. I don't want any trouble, please. And I'm going to have my head kind of bowed, but I'm going to look up through him, try to make eye contact, and give him that just go with this look.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's going to be
Okay.
my turn.
So that makes it the second hobgoblin's turn, who will go from looking at his compatriot. He hears you say something, say that you're surrendering, and he looks over and he goes, "Hey, what are you surrendering to him for? We're the ones in charge here." And he's going to make an attack at you. Because he's not happy that you haven't submitted to his hierarchy. Does... let's see here. Probably not. Does a... Where is he? There he is. Does a 8 beat your armor class?
You know what? Not this time. No, I'm gonna say no.
That's fair. Torin, it's your turn.
I really want to like turn around and just firebolt the hobgoblins to like pop their heads, but I know that's not going to
You are
happen.
not in view.
So I'm back to my padre. That's
Okay.
not my dad.
You are
may have
able
been
to
your
make
father.
it.
But was he your daddy? Or he may not have
You're
been
able
your father.
to make it. You're able to make it back to the room with Greg Torchstone. When you walk in, there is the golden light of Ares' radiant magic, kind of glowing from his hands, and he's working on restoring your father to as much health as he can. And Ares going to look at you a little bit of a not necessarily like life-threatened, grave concern, but like very concerned. And the healing magics are only good for recent wounds. They're not terribly good at long-term injuries. I've done what I can, but we need to get him back to a town.
Thank you, Harry.
What was that? Of course. And
Torin's gonna go over and like slump down on the wall next to his dad, just like sit next to him, and take the head of the bugbear and put it next to him and show him the mall. And well, I took care of that.
and he's going to nod pretty solemnly. Good. Does that mean we can leave this God's forsaken place?
Yeah, we're leaving.
Okay.
And
That will end up being your turn.
yep.
Kyle, you're up.
Okay, so are all the goblins are they trying to attack us because she only...
There are 2 hobgoblins trying to attack you now, yes.
Okay. There's only 2 then, right?
Well,
So
they tried
she-
to attack
Yes.
me, right? They haven't gone for Kyle yet.
Well, that's
Right.
true, but
But the 2 of them are...
that is true. They've attacked at Aizen, yes.
Right. But the 2 of them are arguing because she helped one up and not the other kind of thing.
No, because I surrendered to Brave instead of to either of them.
Oh, okay. I missed part of that sentence, sorry. Alright, I turn and yell at the 2 of them, "Hey, why don't you 2 take it outside and tell us who the victor is?"
Roll persuasion.
No, no, no. Oh, okay. Well, before that slid off the edge, that was an 18, so I'm gonna go with it.
Okay.
Flat 18. Yep.
Versus a 5 and a 7. They'll stop. 2 looks at 1. Hey, I mean, it sounds fair enough to me. And they just walk out. Yeah. That persuasion check will be your action.
Fair enough.
Is there something you want to do as a bonus action or movement?
Seeing that they looked thoroughly convinced, I'm gonna turn back to the drow and, God, how would I phrase that? I am hoping for some jolly cooperation.
Okay. Brave. Actually, Brave, are you planning on attacking anything at this moment?
At this moment, no. Hello?
Hi, there you are.
Oh.
There he
Was
ain't.
And he gone.
Yeah.
He back.
I'm back. Okay. Brave, are you planning on attacking anything at this moment?
No.
Okay.
wanna
Aislinn,
take
are
my
you attacking
sword?
anything?
I'm waiting for Brave to accept my surrender.
Okay.
Because I have no
so
idea who
I'm gonna
these
go
people are, but they clearly have infiltrated my order, and that means that I'm potentially all alone with no allies. So I'm going to try to talk my way out of this and just try to survive.
Oh no.
Fair enough. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit initiative order.
Woo!
So with that, I'm going to cancel the disguise self. Since... Okay. And I look over at Aza and say, "Sorry, I needed your face."
But you dropped this guy's self. I am shocked. I am shook to my core. I knew something was off, but my goodness. Disguising yourself as my twinster.
Roll performance.
Who?
Okay.
Aislinn.
Oh, okay. Well,
Not
I
you,
wasn't
Phil.
sure.
Just kidding. I'm pretending to be a man.
performance, that
But
is
if you're
a 15.
SpongeBob, I must not be Patrick.
What was it?
15.
15?
Yeah.
Sadly, that is met by the drow's inside.
Okay,
And
so I'm overselling things a little bit.
Just a little.
look, I knew from the moment that you stepped foot in here, you weren't who you said you were. But I was curious to see where it went.
Is he cutting out for anyone else?
No.
But
No.
She knew from the second you walked in that it wasn't what it looked like, but she wanted to see where it went.
I'm gonna drop out and come back. Everybody's coming out on my.
Oof.
Maybe it's because somebody keeps posting a bunch of gifts.
Yeah, Colton.
Okay, that's better.
Okay. So what was said was, I knew from the moment that you walked in that you weren't who you said you were, but I wanted to see where it went. Deception happens to be a specialty of mine.
Well, it takes quite a keen mind to see past my stories. I'm quite impressed.
Not when you fail to disguise your thoughts.
ooh,
You see, I'm a bit of a mind reader.
Well, you did say you saw my history, not heard my history. I had a hunch.
Looking at you, all of you kind of like, glancing around the room.
Mm-hmm.
This coy smile comes on her face, and then her entire body starts to contort and grow in size, and then suddenly she looks just like King Grawl.
oh,
Is she
she's a
cutting-
shapeshifter.
Well, I mean, she was making slam attacks. That's not a normal drow ability. What's her current form now? Because I'm still
A
getting
bugbear.
started.
She looks like King
Oh.
Grawl.
Okay. Oh, it's one of these.
You see, I'm able to take whatever shape I need to take whatever I want to.
And what is it you want at this moment?
You see, the dwarf had a hunch, had a map. The bugbear was trying to sell me. You know what? Hold on. And then the contorting, and suddenly in front of you is a tall, blue-skinned humanoid with weird yellow eyes. It doesn't appear that he has a mouth. It has, and then after a moment, a mouth forms on its face, and it continues to speak. Sorry, the bugbear had a map that I was interested in that he said that he obtained from the dwarf. I was trying to obtain it for my superiors, who seem to have invested interest in what is kept inside of this cave.
And who are your superiors?
That is precious information. It's providable at a cost.
And how much would that be?
You know, I deal in information. I want to know what you know about the Black Rose.
Well, I'm a
Let's
pretty.
compare notes.
Ladies first.
The creature waits for a moment. Oh, you're referring to me. No, 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 no. I am fluid. Not really lady or gentleman. Whatever I decide to.
I know, but I appreciate a sense of irony.
You seem to be the one who has more questions than me. I feel you should share first.
What would you
Well-
like to know?
Just what you know about the Black Rose. I want to see what you know versus what I know. And then we will see if your information is worth trade.
The Black Rose is a cult dedicated to some of their older ways.
Is that all?
They're trying to summon a fucking giraffe.
Thank
I was
you for
thinking
those
we'd go back and
thoughts.
forth.
If you two could focus on anything else, perhaps you should share
I'm
what
sorry,
you know about
darling.
the Black. Well, you know
But
how
their
hard it
thoughts
is.
are too easy.
Meanwhile, I'm focusing on like studying her, so if she's looking at my surface thoughts, really she's just seeing herself and everything that she's doing, which at worst will make her self-conscious and at best will be like, I'm doing a good job. Either way, I'm just focusing on studying her, so it's just a loop if she's bothering my mind.
It is at this moment in its natural form, which is kind of a very like sexually ambiguous humanoid creature.
Is it
Doppelganger.
doppelganger?
It is a doppelganger. Yes.
Yeah.
Freaking love doppelgangers.
The fact that they can read surface thoughts so easy is terrifying and wonderful. Depends on which
There's
side you're
no check for it. There's
Nope, they just-
nothing that you can do about it. You don't even feel it's probing. It just happens.
on. Mm-hmm.
It just looks at you and goes, I know what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. If we know
You
what
know-
you know about the Black Rose, then we can decide whether our information is new or not. If we simply tell you everything we know about the Black Rose, then you could lie and say that it wasn't new information even when it is. You'll forgive me for not giving you the benefit of the doubt, given our awkward situation.
Oh no, I truly and fully understand, but your companions, they've already thought too much. Your information is outdated, frankly, not quite accurate, and not worth anything.
Well, then, is your life really worth
What?
anything to us?
You see, I do happen to know where Yeldar would have gone next.
Would have?
Yes, would have. I mean, he is too far for me to read his thoughts now, but when he first arrived, and I was conversing with him, I already had plucked out, because he was thinking of where he would go next and why he was running. I got him talking, and he got into such a delicious panic. He was too easy. For somebody who thinks himself so high of a manipulator, he's so easily manipulated.
Always disappointing in some respects. Now then, are you going to be actually using this information to purchase your life and your freedom, or are you just going to hold on to it and take it to the grave with you?
Oh, I'll gladly pass it to you. And then I'll leave you with my calling card. Something that you can use in just about any of the major cities to find me within a week, so that we can deal in information. Yeldar has a hidey hole in Whistlery. And at this point, that's all I'm going to tell you.
Wait a minute. Wasn't that the town we started out in?
That was the town that you met. Oh, what was his name? That's where you met the Hand. It's where you got sent over to this area.
It was the first town. What was the name of the second town?
Yeah.
Elderfell?
Elderfell. Yeah, right.
Oh, Ilverd. Ilverd was the guy's name. So, yes, Yeldar has a little hidey hole in Whistlery, somewhere that he feels safe, both from Tirada and also Magra. He's not exactly popular in either nation, but in Whistlery he's managed to lay low enough.
And that's all you know, or all you're willing to tell us?
That's all that I think your information was worth.
At this point, if the changeling or the if the doppelganger is bothering to read Aislin's mind, she's going, if I chop off a limb, does it regenerate? Or if they change form, do they suddenly only change forms into, like, 3, like, one-armed creatures? Just kind of, pausing through what sort of things we could make this creature undergo.
Just sadist thoughts.
Pretty much. Control of one's surface thoughts is important.
Mm-hmm.
And how far would the boys let me get away with?
At this moment, I think it's mostly focused on Kyle, because Kyle would be the one having the most delicious, angry thoughts about Yeldar and what he wants to do to that man. And this information seems so exciting.
Right, she's given me a bloody headache. Can I just sort of tear her apart? Boys, any objections? I don't
Wait. Read my thought.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Brave stares at the thing, puts his fingers to his head, and is just staring intently.
The doppelganger looks at you and reads your mind. What are you thinking? What are your surface thoughts?
I already sent them to you.
Oh, I see,
That's
I see.
what the humming was.
Suddenly we all begin channeling Diggy Diggy Hole in our...
Holy shit, she's magic!
What did you say?
We all start humming Diggy Diggy Hole in our minds.
Diggy hole. Diggy hole.
Wait, Torn, are you singing?
Yup.
I
hear like a slight rumble from the other room, and I just start screaming it at the top of my lungs.
Hold on. Where's my percentile dice?
Wait, guys. Guys, we could do that in a joyous celebration as we leave.
No,
We could all just sing as we head back to Whistlereath. Let's save it for
this is
then.
important. This is important.
Okay, so there is a 20% chance. So if I roll somewhere between 0 and 20%, then a small mining troop of dwarves will just emerge from a hole in the ground, all chanting "Diggy diggy hole, diggy diggy hole."
Colton, what
Here we
did you
go.
send him? What did you send him?
I'm actually really sad because that would have been amazing. It was a 30.
Oh.
Colton just sent me 4, the number 4.
Okay.
So, the doppelganger, who was still standing, is just going to go, well, if that is all that you have for me, that is all that I have for you. If you would please show me 1 silver coin.
Okay, wait, I didn't know if we were playing it or not.
Nope.
1 silver coin, and I will stamp it as my calling card.
Very well.
So we can use this to summon you. Does it work the other way around as well?
If I need to find you, I will.
Do I believe her, or do I think she is bluffing?
You can roll for insight.
Okay.
Can I give her advantage if I'm also calling bullshit?
They would be 2 separate insight checks because you wouldn't be helping her.
That's understandable. I'm going to anyway. Stop it! Insight... 14.
Modified 18.
As far as you both can tell, she seems very certain that if she desires to find you, that you will be found.
In kind of that general, like, I have my ways, not as in we've already been marked by some sort of magic that will just lead her directly to us.
Right. Correct.
Correct, meaning the former, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The first one.
Yeah. I have my ways.
I didn't know that was a thing, and I freaking love it, guys.
What?
The Windrose Diggy Diggy Hole.
Oh, yeah. No, I shared that this morning.
Yep, that was this morning.
Okay. I just looked
We
up
all-
Diggy Diggy
We
Hole,
all
and that was
enjoyed it.
that popped up.
It's beautiful, but in
That
the
is-
meantime, we have to decide whether we're letting her leave alive or not.
Oh, yeah. I'm letting her leave alive.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Is someone giving her the coin?
I'm
so
giving
that-
her a silver coin.
She, or well, it takes the.
He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Come back! Or rather, leave and then come back.
Return to us.
Within 4 to 5 seconds. Tugboat, you're not... Okay.
Okay, now he's doing.
I was
nothing.
debating about kicking him, but it's like, I don't know how permanent that is.
I was just
One
gonna
of the
text.
worst parts of this is that I keep dropping right when it would be appropriate for you guys to be quiet and listening.
Yeah.
So then I'll find myself talking and then realize that I'm not talking to you guys anymore.
Mhm.
So walks over to the bugbear, pulls a knife out from the inside of its armor, not like a dagger, just something that you might use for eating. And holding it by the blade, begins etching some kinds of symbols into the coin, marring the what would be like a national marking, like when a coin gets pressed,
Mm-hmm.
and it has like the face of the leader or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever was on the silver coin is now completely unrecognizable, and it is now it is a silver coin still, and hypothetically it could be used as such, but it would not be recognizable as like a national currency because it now has very intricate mark on it. That is, it looks very unique.
Hmm.
If you exchange this to, well, a great number of people, my network will locate me and get me to you within a week.
So basically, if we need her, we pass it along.
Correct.
Huh. Okay, that's cool. Well, if that's kind of it for the night. It's almost 11. I have church in the morning.
That's fair. We can call it here, and we will pick up next week, or well, we'll pick up soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That was super freaking good. Oh my gosh,
That was a great week or great
Yes.
session.
that was a really good session, guys.
Indeed.
Grade A.
So much good shit happened.
So much.
All the good shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go drink some hot chocolate and cry a little bit.
Good night, Ken.
Night, guys. Have a good one.
Nice.
You too. All right, time to go clean the castle walls.
It was so good.
Okay, so I shared that with one of my other D&D groups, and the guys who concocted a plan to convince the kobolds that the Air Genasi barbarian was in fact a dragon in humanoid form, and subsequently got him to be titled the King of the Kobolds, also highly approve of this story.
Good.
I shared the meme and I'm like, this isn't like they found a thing and it's not similar. Like, we literally edited it because that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Pretty much.